All right, well, I took the terminals off, or took the clips off, and on this motor here, it's got a different design for another use. Okay, so we got a post here and a post over here. When I hooked it directly to those posts, the thing ran. So now I'm going to have to go in and find out what is going on with that. Hopefully it's just the terminal needs cleaned up. So the motor runs. Now we just got to figure out why we're not getting juice to it. Okay, I thought the motor was bad since I directly hooked it up to the terminals, but since I am not one to give up, I looked around and I see these other terminals. First of all, here was the original, and there was another one. Same thing on this side here. We had the original. Let's see if you can see it. Yep, original. It was there. Black one. And now we got black one from over here. A new one on me, anyway, one that I'm rather surprised of, is that I hooked directly to the old, where the old connectors went, and nothing. I see these, I hooked it up to there, the motor ran. So I did this about 4 or 5 times because I thought it was rather odd, but anyway, somewhere, and then I ohmed it out, and somewhere in, I believe it was this one here, that the wire broke, I guess right in here somewhere, but the other wire was still attached inside the motor. So anyway, we have motor now. So should you find a bad motor, you may want to consider this. Interesting. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it together somewhat. We're going to test it, make sure it goes the right direction, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've got it wired up, and I've got the clips going into the actual connector that goes to the car, the truck. I've got one terminal hooked up to the battery, and I'm going to touch the other terminal. How about that? Okay, now the one thing you want to do, if I first started out, I had these 2 wires swapped, and it ran backwards. So please make sure that it does not run backwards. One other thing I forgot is you're probably going to have to go down and get another spade clip for the black side. The red side is small, and you have to kind of squeeze it down to get it to hold on to here. And then you go down to the hardware store and you get one of these female spade clips, and you'll probably have to close those a little bit, crimp them together to make it tight. The tab on here for some reason is very thin. I'd also thought about going, if you can't find one of those, you might want to go get a brass bolt, stick in here, and then get one of those big round circle type of things that would fit into it. Alright, we're going to start to go back together on the engine with this stuff. I just wanted to point out that this diverter, solenoid, whatever, I had to take it out like that. I'm not going to take it out again. And I also had to put it in like that. In other words, come in from this side here. It will not go easily well, I don't think it'll go any other direction. But anyway, kind of like that. Only it'll be twisted, and you may have to kind of just gently pull this little pipe just a little bit. You don't want to break that sucker off, because here, as you see, as I said earlier, this pipe goes to the exhaust, and here's one bolt, and the other bolt you'd have to take out the heat shield. So I really don't want to do that, and I didn't. So there. I forgot I was going to give you a little closer view of this thing, how it's going to go back together again. We took this, remember we took this entire thing out. Okay, that goes in through the solenoid and into the engine block back here in the back. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an overall view of what's going to be happening now, because we did have to take those out in order to be able to get the piece out. Okay, we've got our 2 lugs back in, along with the castellated nut, and now we're going to put in the others. Let's see, the pipe that leads to the exhaust. Don't forget about your little gasket here. Okay, you may want to make sure which direction it goes before you put it in, as I did, and it's only a one-way fit, so don't worry about it. We'll be back. Recap, we put our studs in with our 6mm into these bodies, and then we came back with the nuts that are 12mm. So be sure and have those two sizes available. So it's basically a 10, 12, and a 6mm is what you're going to need. Also, you want to check, make sure that this hose that comes off of here is not leaking somewhere. And all we got to do is plug that and the electric back in. We should be, as far as this part, ready to go, and then we will put our pump back on. Okay, right now I've just got the pump sitting down in here, loose. It'll go together with those 10mm bolts we pulled out a while ago. The thing I wanted to mention that I forgot about is this guy here. It's like the intake. It's got snap here, and you got to try and pry these up just a little bit, and it'll come right off. Put it back on, it just slips right over. But I've seen where some of them have got filter material in here, I guess to keep out foreign debris, and then that filter material rots, dry rots, whatever, gets weak, and that's what gets sucked into the motor. Okay, so be sure that this is, you know, you've taken this off, looked at it, make sure there's no filter material in it. There was none in mine, in this one, so I mean, that's why I didn't have all that stuff down in the into the rotor of this pump. There was, of course, some stuff, but you know, I guess it's going to get dirty after time. So anyway, just don't forget to take this off. Make sure all the passages and everything, of course, are clean. Wash them out with water if you want. It's only plastic, this part here. But make sure there's nothing in here to be sucked in, or you'll be doing it all over again if that filter's in there. If they did put a piece of filter in there of some sort and that's what rotted, and I don't know what to tell you, because this one here being up on top, shouldn't see anything really, you know, to go through it. Now a lot of these guys, on like the Tundras, and some of them are underneath the firewall itself, so you got to get on your back and pull this sucker out. Well, that's no fun. So anyway, this one here, no filter material in it, didn't see any that it ever existed, so I'm putting it back just like it